Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about the Nancy Guthrie case, 84-year-old woman who was abducted allegedly out of her Tucson, Arizona home. And Sheriff Nanos, also known as Sheriff Doofy, he said there was no note. And then the next day, two were released. One of those messages contained dark claims that 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie died shortly after she was taken and then, quote, buried in nature. But just one day before authorities released those messages, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos told CBS News that he had no note indicating Nancy was dead. So why would he say this, and what does this mean? We're going to talk about that and a lot more. We're going to be talking about Carlos tonight. We do know that he is filing a lawsuit claiming that he is innocent, and he wants to see the papers that led Pima County to see what was up with him. So we're going to be digging deep. A lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace.
Sing it if you know
Smile
it.
through pain with a painted face.
Thank you, Miss Patty. Appreciate you.
They call me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world.
Hopefully you're doing good, Miss Pam.
You can
Thank
test
you.
my faith,
Thank you, Pam.
you can shake
Thank
my
you.
faith, but I'll rise again. Just watch me
Marcy. Thank you, love. Appreciate you.
I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the
Damn
cost.
it, good to
But
see
God
ya.
don't build weak
Yeah.
hearts from gold. He made me
Yeah.
fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearl. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone cold, too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything.
Thank you, Oakley. Appreciate you,
Exactly
babe.
what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my blood, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Let's get a little hood.
Hold up, lights on, chat in the room, another late night and another headline blooming. Coffee gone cold, but the story got heat, and one little detail keep tapping my screen. Coming in clutch, when the timeline bends, we don't just scroll, we connect loose ends. Somebody said nah, that's probably enough, but the chat said Justin, we're coming in clutch. Run that back, don't rush that part, something felt wrong from the very first start. Different day, same shaky excuse, and the math ain't mathin' when we check the proof. I'm not here to play detective for fame, I'm here when the story starts changing names. One clip, one call, one post too much, and the whole room knows we're coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, yeah, the facts stay loud, truth don't hide when we bring the crowd. Screens lit up and the chat don't sleep, we dig real deep where the stories get steep. Pearls in the chat, lights in the back, somebody better explain why the story went flat. You can dodge one question, maybe dodge two, but the internet clock what you said don't cue. Wait, Say that again, you said it was there, then it wasn't back then. You said you forgot, but the record got saved. Now the chest wide awake and the room just changed.
Coming in clutch when it all gets strange, when the facts get buried and the tone starts change. We don't need drama, the truth does enough, that's why they pull up, we're coming in clutch.
Late night crew, yeah, we built this thing. One live stream turned to a whole damn ring. Members in green miles holding it down. Whole chat moving like a small town crowd. No fake hype, no lazy spin, just one more clue and we're back again. If it don't sit right, we don't let it slide. We put the detail right up on live.
Coming in clutch, say it one more time. Whole room locked on the very next line. From the first red flag to the final touch, you know where to be, we're coming in clutch.
When the screen fades out and the night gets still, somebody somewhere knows truth comes real. We'll be right here when the next facts drop. Coming in clutch and we don't just stop.
Oh, wow. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is August 13th, 2026. It is currently 11:13 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Good to see you all. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Tonight we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case out of Pima County, Arizona. You guys probably didn't think I was coming live today, did you? You was like, well, Justin ain't coming up today, so oh well. I know some of you guys were messaging me and making sure everything was good. Thank you guys for that. Hey everyone, Chad. Hey Peggy, good to see you. Miss Robin, good to see you. Sleuth Fairy, hey Past Chad, good to see you, love. Miss Tony, Carol, Little Red, Green Eyes. Who else we got in here? Lolo, I had my doubts. I was having withdrawals. I'm here for you, Lolo. Robin, good to see you. Brandy and Indy. We all need a day off. Yes, well, I'll sleep when I'm dead, I guess. Yahoo, good to see you, my dear. Who else we got? John, I was getting nervous, Patty said. Good to see you, Patty. Susie Q, Sammy, heard a creator working a tip with KOLT News. Lady says S was told all tips go to FBI. She's not sure why they're being sketchy, but this is FBI case. Huh. Where'd you hear that at? Where'd you hear that at, Sammy? It's interesting. Connie, good to see you, my dear. Valoom, good to see you, my darling. Peggy, Susie, hey Pam. FAFO, good to see you, my friend. Cindy, how you doing, girl? Good to see you. Giggle, thank you so much for the 30 jewels, my dear. Really appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. Summer Breeze, I'm late tonight, aren't I? Very late. We're going to be up late. Brandy and Indy, it's for the night crew. YouTuber, it's probably early where you are, though, YouTuber. Sherry Lynn, Miss Sherry, good to see you. Anna, to the banana. Susie Q. Hey, Justin. Chad, how's everybody today? Hope everybody is good. We are fantastic. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you are too. Miss Susan, how are you? Robin, 503, good to see you. Brenda, and who else? Connie, Dream Catcher, everyone. Good to see you all. Guys, before we get started, if you would be so kind and please do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate that. Or double tap the screen if you're on the mobile feed. Also, if you would consider sharing this live out, hit that share button, copy that link, drop it in any of your favorite social media. And if you would consider on the YouTube, if you would consider hyping this video on YouTube, you get 3 hypes a week. You have to use it or you lose it. And it has to be on a mobile device, your phone or your tablet after the live stream. Would greatly appreciate that. Also, tell a friend, tell a family member to go over there and watch Clutch Them Pearls. Hey, Patty, thank you so much for the super sticker, my dear. Really do appreciate you, Miss Patty. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much. 1946, Miss Pammy Bear. Thank you, darling. You are an OG. Thank you for membership, my love. Really do appreciate you. There's my Pam. Good to see you, Pam. We have Pammy Bear, and then we have Pam. Thank you so much, Pam. Appreciate you, love. Good to see you. Marcy, hello, darling. Thank you for the silver star. Appreciate you. Louisiana, thank you for the clutch. Appreciate you, my darling. Oakley, thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate you. Very kind of you, dear. Miss Evans, thank you for the makeup brush. Appreciate you, love. Good to see you. Louisiana, thank you again for the silver star. Miss Dolores, love you, Justin. Love you, Pearls. We love you, Miss Dolores. I'm very appreciative of you, my dear. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate you. And Giggles, thank you for the clutch, my dear. Appreciate you. All right, so where do we start? Where should we even... I know where we can start, actually. So, did you hear that they found a body today about, let me see here. Let me see where. Let me find it here. Bear with me. They found a body about, I want to say 11 miles or so from where Nancy's home is. Oops, 1 second here. Plunder put this out about 3 hours ago. And she says human remains found about 11 miles from Nancy Guthrie's house, but there is no confirmation on the decedent. Today, August 13, 2026, at 7 a.m., human remains were found about a 29-minute drive from Nancy Guthrie's house. Tucson Police Department confirmed that human remains were found near a wash. We've been talking about that a lot lately because of the rains, the monsoon season in there in Tucson, Arizona. They found the remains Thursday morning, this morning, local time. The Tucson Police Department says the remains were found near Silver Lake Road and Interstate 10, but offered no further information on the remains as of this writing, Plunder says. The Pima County Office of Medical Examiner has taken custody of the human remains, the Tucson Police Department claims. Anybody hear that? Is it true that they found the sheets? Well, I don't think it has anything to do with Nancy. The sheets, from what I understand. Nurse Sandy, where you been, girl? Good to see you. Thank you so much, Nurse Sandy. Love you, darling. So good to see you. Appreciate you very much. So yeah, Plunder, she's amazing. She's good lady, very good lady. And this is the picture Plunder put up. How far is Nancy Guthrie's house from Silver Lake Road and Interstate 10 in Tucson? And it says Nancy Guthrie's home is located on North Camino Escalante in the Catalina Foothills neighborhood just outside of Tucson. And it's the Silver Lake I-10 interstate. The distance from her street to Silver Lake Interstate 10 intersection is approximately 11.3 miles, which generally takes about 29 minutes to drive. So, let's be real. It's probably not Nancy. Let's be real, right? 1 second, guys. I apologize. I apologize for that. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate you. Best coverage on Nancy Guthrie on YouTube. That's quite the compliment. Thank you so much. Hey, happy farm girl. We live in crazy, crazy times. Yeah, I mean, let's be real. There's a lot of people in the Tucson and greater area, so people die. You just never know. But I did want to let you guys know that. Thank you, Pam, for the silver star, my dear. Appreciate you. I heard the exact same thing, that the case is now being handled by the FBI. Good. That's what we can pray for. You know what I mean? Is there an old sign? Justin, is there an old sign and sunflower? I don't know what you mean. Thank you, happy farm girl. Yeah, so don't know. One thing that I want to go over tonight is I want to talk about some of the warrants and all of that, because Sheriff Doofy has recently came out and spoken that the family is cleared, right? Then he kind of took it back. He said they're cleared for now, and then he kind of said, well, they're cleared again. And now we have Carlos, who is filing a suit against the Pima County, which there's seemingly a lot of lawsuits right now with Sheriff Doofy and the Pima County Sheriff's Department. And Sheriff Doofy just has not cleared Carlos or Luke, for that matter. They claim that they didn't get any sort of their search warrant or anything. They weren't given that. And to me now, it makes me wonder, are they embarrassed by, because it's sealed? It's completely sealed. Are they embarrassed by this or what? Thank you, Nurse Sandy, for gifting a pearl necklace. Really appreciate that, my love. Really, thank you so much, Miss Nurse Sandy. If you receive that, make sure you give our Nurse Sandy a big thank you. Thank you so much, love. And let me just show you this right here. FAFO got it. Congratulations. So, this is from, I believe, his attorney, and it says, "Greetings. We represent Carlos, and then Josephina and Daniel, the claimants. We write to provide notice of the claimants' claims arising out of the February 10th, 2026 wrongful arrest and seizure of Carlos, Daniel Maddox, and the search of their family property that resulted in significant property damage. On February 10th, 2026, deputies of the Pima County Sheriff's Department, also known as PCSD, arrested Carlos at GUNPOINT and held him without probable cause for approximately 7 to 8 hours. Remember, Carlos says that he noticed that they were following him, and he stopped, got out of the car, and it's like, yo, what's up? So I understand law enforcement have to be protect themselves, and you just don't know what somebody's going to do, but do they really need to do a GUN point? I don't know. No one else has blasted an FBI number or others to call. Great job. Thank you so much. Appreciate you very much, dear. Thank you, Beth. Appreciate you very much for the jammin'. Appreciate you, love. Good to see you. Yeah, 7 hours. And so let me finish this little part right here. And it says, so 7 to 8 hours. Carlos' arrest was made in a public fashion that was intended to damage Carlos's reputation and subject him to humiliation and suspicion by implicating Carlos in the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie. The PCSD carried out the arrest in the improper fashion in a misguided attempt to shield itself and Sheriff Nanos from public criticism related to their handling of the case and to boost Sheriff Nanos' public profile. While Carlos was being unlawfully held, the Pima County Sheriff's Department removed Daniel from the home, placed him in handcuffs, and evaded and ransacked the family's home, causing significant property damage. Interesting. Very interesting. And to me, it does seem like with Carlos specifically, I'm not so sure about Luke at this time. But again, I believe that if you are able to clear the family, you should be able to go ahead and if none of these guys have a damn thing to do with it, they need to get back to their life. This is one of the biggest true crime cases of our time. And they do not deserve that suspicion on them. They don't deserve that if they're absolute. I mean, they are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But I'm talking about the court of public opinion, right? How they are perceived in society. So I think just very much like this letter says, that this will be it could be very embarrassing, particularly Carlos's, with the probable cause that they got. Because listen, probable cause is a high threshold, and it should always be a high threshold, right? Because you are in the United States, you are violating someone's constitutional right of being a private citizen, that the government just can't come in and look through your house. You have the right to your person and your FX, right? It's the night search that gets me. I will say it again. They had their suspicions. Luminol. Which one are you talking about? Heat Sun Touchable. I like your name, by the way. It's cute. Kelly, thank you for the mystery gift, babe. Appreciate you very much. How you doing, Miss Cal? Thank you very much. Very sweet of you, my G. Really, really do appreciate you. Thank you for the mystery gift, love. Hey, Justin, was your On To made just for your show? I love it. Hey, Justin, was your into me? I don't know what you mean, baby. I'm sorry. So sorry. Did they read him his Miranda rights? I'm sure they did. Yeah, even if the chains still have to read his rights. Absolutely. Absolutely. They still have to read his rights. Now, Carlos came out a while back and he did speak with his attorney. And one thing that it does seem is that Pima County and the FBI in Luke's case still has not given them the probable cause affidavit. And usually they, that comes with the territory, unless they feel that it could be something that could jeopardize the case, right? But I don't think they have that with Carlos. I really don't. I don't think they have it with Carlos. Oh, my intro. Thank you. Yes, thank you, darling. Appreciate you. Summer Breeze, thank you for the clutch, babe. Appreciate you. How you doing tonight? Up late? Really appreciate you. Did a judge sign a search warrant? They sure did. Yeah. Yeah, a judge or a magistrate, same thing pretty much, has to sign it as well. What the police does, they go there with what they say that they have reason to believe that this person is or could be involved, right? And it's a high bar. It's a high bar. Okay. I want to go to let's go to who should we go to first? Because I've got some things. If you remember Carlos, one second. Let me see if I can pull this up. We'll go to Chris first because he does a really good job explaining this, and I've got some more comments on it that I want to show you. Here we go. I gotta find this. I gotta look on my phone and find what the time frame that I need. It's on our friend Chris McDonough from the interview room. I think I have right on. We need to talk. Just give me 1 second. I need to see my notes here. Apologize, I don't have this ready. So, it is 48. Okay. All right. So, Chris is going to talk a little bit about this, and then we're going to go and look a little bit more into Carlos. And like I've always said, it's very interesting that one thing it does seem like is that they are looking for, in my opinion, someone that may be, Latina, Mexican, Middle Eastern, who knows? Like I always say, the name is not a Jeff Smith. And you wonder, we were talking kind of about this last night, you wonder why the FBI has not put out a profile on this guy. Is it because they know who the hell they're looking at? Or what? Okay. Credit's going to go to our friend and yours, Chris McDonough from the interview room. Chris is retired homicide detective. Very high solvability rate. When he was a homicide detective, he is one of the main guys in the Cold Case Foundation right now, and they're solving cases every single day. So make sure you sub up to our friend. I'm sure 99% of you are, but Chris McDonough from the interview room, him and his wife, beautiful wife Karen, are talk a lot about true crime cases and their little dog Buddy. We love Buddy. Chris is one of the first true crime live streams I ever joined, and he was just a little he was way before I was a creator as well, but like he was talking about Suzanne Morphew back then. Crazy how the narratives or information changes so drastically in many cases. WTF. Sure does.
Make sure that none of this was going to be compromised in any way, shape, or form. Now the really interesting stuff.
Listen to this.
All right. It's sitting now at a evidence facility.
So what he was talking about right here is the vehicle with Luke. I'm pretty sure he was talking about the vehicle with Luke, about what it takes for a vehicle to get into evidence. You remember we heard about Annie and Tommaso's vehicle being taken into, quote, evidence, end quote. And it was there 40 some days. Now, there are some people say, well, it's because they, messed up a part and they had to order the part, right? I don't know who did this to Nancy. Nobody really does, unless maybe you're the FBI. But you would think that they would have gotten their vehicle back sooner. Inconveniencing a grieving family, right? I mean, seriously, inconveniencing a grieving family is, over about 6 weeks of it being impounded.
So let's just use
now look at this.
A case
Very interesting.
Example. Oh, here's one.
I got some thoughts on this.
So you get a search warrant for one blue Honda CRV, and it was seized on the 6th. And this would be the chain of custody. And the location was Pima County. And of course, it would be more specific than that. The agency, Pima County Sheriff's Office. And what would have been the reason? Why do you seize this one blue Honda CRV? Well, Your Honor, we're looking to process it. We're looking for DNA.
Listen.
We're looking electronic.
Right. They gotta say, like I always say, who, what, when, where, how, and why, right? Why do they need this Honda CRV? Why do they think this Honda CRV could be, how it could be linked potentially? Now, Chris has a newer Honda CRV up here, but Annie and Tommaso's Honda CRV was like a 2012 or 2013, which is it wouldn't have the we'll just call it the black box in it, like 2015 and older models. So I wonder if that is why they actually kept it longer, that they had to literally tear it all apart. Joan Marie, thank you so much, baby. Appreciate the clutch gift. Thank you so much. Very sweet of you. Hey, Crazy Buck. They took evidence bags from LD, RR, and evidence bag from A&Ts. Did they take any evidence from Carlos's property? I want to say they took his phones, and they did look at his vehicles as well, right? But one thing that confuses me on Carlos, right? So put a 1 in the chat if you've ever done DoorDash, and put a 2 in the chat if you've never had DoorDash delivered. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever have. Put a 2 in the chat if you've never had DoorDash. Because something confuses me here. Wow, a lot of you guys haven't. Damn. Okay. So, okay. So, DoorDash, when you are having something delivered, for instance, let's say I order something from Kroger, right? I order some groceries from Kroger. It tells me when my item was scanned, if they didn't have it or whatever, when they're on their way. And when the DoorDash driver gets in the vehicle, I know exactly where they're at. I have on my app, I have a map that shows how far this DoorDash driver is from me. And it's something that's a convenience, right? When they're getting ready to pull up, it'll say your DoorDash driver is close to you. DoorDash does this, like I said, as a convenience, where you know kind of what's happening, but also it's also how they keep track of their employees as well. And so one thing that I don't really understand about if Carlos, it's probably one of the biggest questions I have about Carlos, in my opinion. If Carlos was door dashing that entire, let's say that night, he was helping his wife out that night. And let's just say he was in the Catalina Foothills, right? It's going to show what addresses he was door dashing at, how long he was at the residence, because they literally just drop your stuff and get the hell out of there very quickly, because they need to make money, right? So they want to get your stuff, get their tip, deliver it, and get on to the next one. So Uber Eats is more popular. I don't know if it's more popular. It's more expensive. It's more class A, I would say. Technically, drivers are not employees of DoorDash. They are contractors. Yeah, correct. So, but still, they need to know what their independent employees are doing, if you will. Bia's girlfriend's phone right. She was the actual dasher. I thought yes, and that's a fair point. That is a very fair point. She was the actual dasher. However, his phone should be on. And they should line up her phone with the app, and if Carlos is in that car, it's going to be pinging off towers. It's going to be what I call handshaking with other Bluetooth and Wi-Fi devices at the homes that they're delivering at, right? So you drive to, let's say you pull into Sam's Club, right? If your Wi-Fi or your Bluetooth is on, it scans every so often, and it's going to say, hey, I'm available here. I have Wi-Fi if you want to connect. Either if you have a password or a non-password, it doesn't matter. It's going to still shake hands. Or there's a Bluetooth here that if you want to connect to, right? Yes, that is big. That is big. And so that is the big question that I have about Carlos, right? His wife or his girlfriend or whoever she is, if he's in that car, they should be in sync with each other. Their phones going in the same areas, all of that. Okay? Unless he left his phone in her car and left with someone else. That is true. That is true. But then he's going to have a lot of other explaining to do. Right? So is it possible? Yes, absolutely. It certainly is. Isn't that quite a distance from their home to Nancy's house? It is quite a distance. Now, he works for a delivery, GLS or something, and it is quite a distance, right? Trying to send it won't let you. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you on an iPhone? If you're on an iPhone, they may have to drop an iPhone link. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, honey. Thank you so much. Good to see you. He delivered during the week for another company and was home on weekends and was just helping her that night. Yeah, I wonder, was he just helping? Like, how often did he help? Did he just help randomly? And another thing, he was off on the weekends, right? This person, this porch guy, seems to be off on the weekends. He does seem to be off on the weekends. So, okay, let's go. I know the DoorDash is in my city. We'll go to different parts of the city, even city wherever it's busy. Yeah. It's for DoorDash delivery, it's kind of like seniority. When you first start out as a DoorDasher, you get the less profitable deliveries and you have to run over tarnation, and then as you work your way up, maybe they took the route that wasn't supposed to be on the DoorDash app delivery. Maybe he delivered to different vehicle. Just my thought only. Maybe he delivered in a different vehicle. Well, I mean, it could, but you wherever you deliver, you still have to go there and deliver it, right? And then go to the next house. Justin, are you the real life Energizer Bunny? I freaking wish, girlfriend.
Data. We're looking for prints. We're looking for bushes. We're looking for dirt. All the other stuff. Okay. You want to put it into evidence? Absolutely, Your Honor.
Listen to
unless
this.
somebody says, let it go. Unless somebody says, well, we have publicly cleared the family, which all these things fit. All of these things fit. The sheriff has come out and said they've publicly cleared the family. And so somebody said, well, can we get our car back? Well, there's a way of doing that.
Yo.
And these are the policies and procedures of how you do that. And who would have done that?
Okay, listen to this. Very important.
And why they would have done that.
We're going to tonight.
So there are two policies and procedures that every sheriff in Pima County has to follow.
This is important.
And it's under Arizona Penal Code Section 283511. And the one on the left is the evidence via vehicles that were impounded for evidence. Okay. Now, the reason I know the car is the same one is because we went to the dealership, Karen and I.
Hey, horsey.
And we actually talked to the dealership. I mean, those of you who are just joining us, you're late. We have already confirmed all this stuff.
Is Carlos the one that has a mother in the city of Tucson, and was this the day of the alleged Bitcoin ping? Carlos's parents does live in Tucson. If no other drivers in the area or someone offers a good tip for a long enough drive, order. Some people accept it. Sometimes it's easier going from one long delivery instead of 5 short. My general rule was $2 per month. Yeah. Justin, he said that during the week he stayed elsewhere when he was working. His route was by Nancy's area. I wonder if he knew LD. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Oakley, thank you for the gold coin, babe. Appreciate you very, very much, my love. Good to see you. Thank you.
We did it when we were in Tucson. In fact, I have a video about it. You can go watch it. But here is the criteria for a vehicle to be a piece of evidence. They impound the vehicle when the vehicle is the instrumentality of a crime or other evidence and processing is needed. Do you think bullet number 1 fits in this scenario?
Listen to this.
In my opinion, I would submit to you that bullet number 1 fits. Now we go bullet number 2, including homicides, kidnappings, and other crimes with supervisor approval.
Okay. For this to go in evidence, right? You have to have evidence vehicles impounded when the vehicle is in the instrumentally of a crime, or other evidence and processing is needed, including homicide, RAEE, kidnapping, and other crimes with supervisor approval. Secured in sheriff's impounded lot. Forensic unit notified. No fixed 20-day deadline. Release controlled by case detective and prosecutor. Contact assigned detective or records. And it's got the phone number there. This comes from the Pima County Sheriff's Department. This is their policy. Okay. So we know that they kept Annie and Tommaso's over 20 days. They didn't keep anyone else's that I'm aware of over 20 days.
All right. Well, we have right there the crime of kidnapping. But here's the kicker.
Check.
You have to go to your supervisor and say, I'm going to impound this car. We talked about that the other night with John, where I said, something's not lining up here. I need to get this car.
Yes, they can.
Here's the interesting part.
They sure can. If they've got what they need, they can. Doesn't mean they will, but
the sergeant that you would go talk to is the same individual who was already reprimanded for screwing up other homicides by releasing evidence early. And by the way, they just promoted him.
So frustrating. And then
You can't make this up. So he was the guy the next morning where the sheriff said, hey, be good to everybody here because he's been up all night. Well, apparently he's been Sergeant Stivers.
It's crazy.
Apparently he's not only been up all night, apparently he's been missing a lot of sleep because he did this before. And it sounds like, hey, you're incompetent, so you're now a lieutenant. We're going to promote you. So loyalty trumps incompetency.
With Nanos,
and now,
it does.
Once the supervisor says, yeah, impound it.
Nanos is all about the loyalty, in my opinion. You got to remember, according to the old sheriff, he's blasted Sheriff Doofy a lot, especially since the Nancy Guthrie case. He says when Sheriff Nanos first became sheriff, that he said that he was going to micromanage the out of everything. I didn't know that. You would think they would keep it for trial just in case, then the jury could see the car. It depends. Pictures, really what matters is the forensic evidence. But yeah, I like it when he plays the clip of Nanos.
It now goes to the secured lot, which is this picture right here at the sheriff's department, the impound lot, where the forensics unit is notified.
Again, from Pima County Sheriff's Department.
In an evidence vehicle, there's no fixed date of how long you can hold it. You can hold it as long as it's evidence.
Yeah, till day of judgment.
I.e. the house in Koberger. They had to get the defense to sign off. They had to get the prosecution to sign off,
Right. In Koberger's, the Idaho 4 case, you got to remember, they tore down that house, which I always thought was fucking crazy, if you ask me. But nonetheless, they, for whatever reason, they wanted it out of the way. So, that memory, I guess, could be gone. But they had to get the prosecutors and all of that involved.
To this day, the elevator wasn't going to the top floor on that one either. What do I know?
100%.
The only thing that would change is in a 20-day rule would be the next side over here, the administrative.
They're working on it.
And once you release control, if you now want that vehicle released, there's only two ways that can happen. You have to either A, get hold of the case detective. Simultaneously, you have to get the DA and the prosecutor to sign off. They don't want that car anymore. Now, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the U.S. Attorney's Office gets involved in any way, shape, or form, which apparently there is no way they would have released that car. You notice the FBI hasn't come out and said, or the U.S. Attorney's Office hasn't come out and said, everybody's clear,
Nope.
everybody's back in. Everybody's clear, everybody's back in.
The FBI is never going to do that, right? They're professional. The FBI, they don't clear anybody. I was gobsmacked whenever they came out and said about the letters, about the ransom letters, when Reuters put that out that the letters were not real. They came out and said, no. We're not saying that, which is rarely ever happens. You're going to hear the FBI respond to anything. They kind of never explain and never complain kind of attitude. Summer Breeze, thank you, Justin. Thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you, Miss Summer Breeze. Good to see you, love. Thank you for being up late with me. Good to see you. I don't mean from the sheriff's office. I give them tip and cash. Now we have certain persons I call and send. Justin, any thought on the connection Juanita made between A and T and D and C? Reference the Bitcoin. And Tommaso, and you mean Derek? I don't know I don't really know exactly what you're talking about precisely. Maybe fill me in just a little bit more. Justin, the remains video was posted 5 months ago, and Nancy's Justin, the remains video was the remains video. What do you mean the remains video? And remains still have not been found. Hey, Cindy. Did I just hear Chris correctly? Nanos was, yeah, he promoted the lieutenant. Sure did. Yeah. The only thing Doofy cares about is loyalty. That's it. Ms. Deborah to the Dixon. How you doing, girl? You are late. Oh my gourd. Deborah to the office, please. You're being paged. Deborah to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a late slip for Miss Deborah. Thank you, Miss Deborah, for joining us. We give late slips out here. She discovered that the Bitcoin text was sent before anyone knew about the Bitcoin. Oh no, that is true. That is true. She discovered that the Bitcoin text was sent before anyone knew the Bitcoin. I think Daphne and I talked about that a long time ago. I'm pretty sure we talked about that. It's interesting. You know, Derek is interesting. The thing with Derek is he's scammed before. You know, this isn't his first rodeo. So, yeah. Supposedly, the authorities found remains today that was false information. The video was posted 5 months ago. Okay. Supposedly, the authorities found remains today that was false information. Those videos were posted 5 months ago. Interesting. So, no remains. A YouTuber who found the scanner audio related to the case. Yeah, I played the scanner video a long time ago. I don't know why that's recirculating again either. These things like recirculate. They're like, I don't know. Anyway, here we go.
And they even give you the phone number to call for the policies and procedures at the evidence facility. And you have to ask for the detective and or the records manager who will forward you to the right people. Now,
Okay.
if we contrast that with something they're not going to keep as evidence, and by the way,
We're going to come back to this in just a minute, but I want to play something of Carlos. Let me find it here.
Carlos Palazuelos.
Okay, and you were apprehended for questioning. How would you describe what happened to you?
Terrifying. Something I didn't do for something. I was being like, I felt like I was being kidnapped, bro, because they didn't tell me anything at the beginning.
And investigators showed up to this house, or were you the one who was pulled over in the traffic stop?
I was the one that was pulled over at the traffic stop.
Where was that?
Right here on by Chubasco.
Okay, and you were taken into custody at that point?
Yeah.
And you were
I was being detained.
Detained, okay.
I was detained the whole time.
Okay,
That's
where?
what they told me.
Where were they holding?
Now, one thing that I do think about Carlos is probably out of all the guys besides maybe Zach may look very similar. Yeah, especially with the build. But I don't think necessarily Carlos has anything to do with it. Sure, I'm sitting on the he was driving his van, they would know. Yes. Well, I think his van was not working. And he says, well, the attorney's saying arrested, but he technically was detained. Miss Zelda, where are you been, girl? So good to see you. You are up late with us. 30 freaking months. I really, really do appreciate you. That's amazing. Thank you so much for your continued support, Miss Zelda. Good to see you, my friend. I'm so glad you're up. You're an OG. And Yaya's another OG, almost 2 years as a Pearl. Love my Pearl family. And Justin, we love you, Miss Yaya. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. Really, really do appreciate you guys.
In the back of a car.
Back of a
Marana car, and then they moved me into a Pima County sheriff.
Were you being questioned in the car?
At the Marana car, I was being questioned, but they only asked me for my first name, my last name, my date of birth, and my social.
Okay. What were they asking you about?
Listen.
Where my whereabouts.
Okay.
Where do I work? Where was I? And all that. But
are you ever up in Tucson?
yeah, I work in Tucson.
What do you do?
GLS, deliver packages.
Okay. Do you think you might have delivered a package to Nancy Guthrie's house?
I don't know. Might have been a possibility. I don't know.
I think they should have asked, which I'm not sure if they did or not, but where were you on the night?
Yeah. Do you ever deliver like Amazon packages or anything?
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. So do you think you may have? Did they indicate that you might have been on her property? You're not sure.
Nah, they just came up. They until right now, all I know is that they show my.
I mean, did they indicate you were on the property? Nah. It's like, if they didn't indicate you were on the damn property, then why the hell are they doing this?
In-law, a picture of somebody wearing a mask or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they supposedly look like my eyes.
Right. Okay.
That's it. That's all I know.
Okay.
Now, again, Carlos has, big, beautiful eyes, right? He doesn't have much of eyebrows. His eyebrows are pretty thin. He does have like a little mark right there on his eyes. He does have a goatee. His lips are pretty full, but again, you need a hell of a lot more than that to.
Jeez. How do you think they connected that case to
I'll
you?
go ask them, bro.
Okay, so
That's
then,
something you gotta ask them. I can't answer that question.
did they take anything from your house tonight?
Nah, I don't know. All I can say is they took my phone.
Took your phone.
Right.
You don't have your phone right now. Okay.
So the lawsuit is saying that they ransacked his house. They caused significant damage to his home. He doesn't really seem to have long eyelashes. That is true.
Okay. What else? What
That's
else
it.
happened?
That's it. That's all I can say. Like I said, I'm done with the question.
To me, he doesn't seem like the personality that would do this. He seems like he's got a pretty airy personality. I don't see him.
Just, bro, can you just let us?
Yes, absolutely.
¿Se llevaron tu teléfono?
Sí, se lo llevaron. Y no me lo van a regresar.
Dude, spell your last name for us.
Palazuelos.
What's your date of birth?
01/20/1990.
Okay, thanks.
Now, another thing that's interesting about this, you just heard him say his date of birth, right? And this is probably just coincidence, I do want to say, but nonetheless, it's interesting. He was born 1/1990. And if we go to those letters, the letters that this person sent to KOLD and all of them, one of the date of birth that they got is 1/1/1990, which is interesting. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. I don't have the unredacted ones right here, but I will show you it. It says 1/1/1990 right there in the redacted ones, which is, let's see if I got it here. No, I don't think I have it right there, but that is one thing that's kind of interesting, I will say. Okay, oops, wrong one. Here we go.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Oye, te dijeron que te parecías a la persona.
Okay. Looking at his build, like you can see his build here. One thing, I don't know what he has in his pockets here. He said they took his phone. To me, it looks like he does still have almost a phone in his pocket or something right there. It looks kind of square, but not really sure. I don't think Carlos is involved, though. Donna, thank you so much, love. Appreciate you. Good to see you, Miss Donna. Thank you very much for your support, my love. What about the time car? So was the chain compared to the time we saw the nest? What was the time car? So was detained compared to the time we saw the Nest camera video release, Justin? This was the 10th. Let me see here. Nancy Guthrie, Chrome Timelines. This was the 10th when they came. Let me see here if I can find it real quick. Video. February 1st, okay, let's see here. The Pima County is, when did the FBI release the video? It was, I don't know. I'm trying to look real quick, but I'm not really sure. Does anyone know what day they released the FBI video? When Kash Patel released that? I don't know about that. Okay. So, his mother-in-law seems like a really good lady as well.
Now, the
News 4 Tucson
detainment of a Rio Rico man. We told you about the detainment of a man last night in connection with the Nancy Guthrie case. Led to a flurry of law enforcement activity last night in one Rio Rico neighborhood. Now, authorities have since released that man, and now he is speaking out. News 4 Tucson's Jacob Owens joins us live to share what the man had to say about the whole ordeal and the Guthrie case. Jacob, what did he tell you?
Yeah, it was February 10th whenever they were at Carlos's, but when did they release the video of Porch Guy? Justin, they were released on, so the same day that they released Porch Guy, they went to Carlos's? Come on, Jacob.
Know that the man that was detained is named Carlos Palazuelos, and he has been talking to the press, trying to clear his.
I mean, they made a big scene there. They made a big scene there on the 10th. Since it was the same day, God, it didn't seem like the same day to me. But I tell you, when all of this was going on, Daphne and I, we did not sleep. We did not sleep. Her and I were live 24/7. It felt like 10, 11 hours.
Name, and that's after a flood of activity overtook that neighborhood where he lives. And we saw some video here, and you're seeing it now. That was a chaotic scene last night. That's what it looked like. Palazuelos says he is a delivery driver here in Tucson, adding he did not know about Savannah or Nancy Guthrie prior to being questioned yesterday. He says he noticed he was being followed and pulled over. He described his decision to do that earlier today.
What made you decide to pull over instead of letting them pull you over?
I'm not hiding anything.
So yeah, he says he wasn't doing anything. There's one interview I'm looking for of Carlos that he's
working.
1 second.
Yeah, they said you're delivering DoorDash?
GLS.
Oh,
how'd they pull up on you? Like,
Nah, I pulled up on them. They were following me. Yeah, they were following me. Marana, this is Santa Cruz County, and Marana was down here. It's like, come on, 2 and 2.
when they finally told you this had to do with some kidnapping, like what were you thinking?
Like, what the am I doing here? I didn't do anything. To be honest, like, I'm innocent.
And you don't even know who the lady is? Do you know who Savannah Guthrie
No,
is?
no.
Nothing.
I don't follow the news.
Right.
I don't watch.
You don't watch the Today Show?
No.
Oh, this is it.
So this was a complete shock.
It was.
It was this one right here, I think. Oops, wrong one. This one right here. Maybe.
Tell us about tonight. We're trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Be good. Have a good night.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I was arrested for kidnapping, but I didn't do it.
And so how did this all start? How did they stop you
Hold
here?
on.
You were driving here?
Yeah,
or?
my wife was driving.
Your wife was driving?
Because they were following me. And once I saw they were following me, I pulled over. They didn't even have to put a traffic stop or anything. I got off the car. And they arrested me as soon as I got out the car. They didn't even tell me what was going on until the detectives got here, like 2 hours before I got arrested. And then the detective.
See the car there?
Got here. It was the FBI agent in Santa Cruz County. And they told me I was being detained for
Was that his? Is that his vehicle right there?
kidnapping. And I asked them, like, well, kidnapping of who? And they told me this lady, I don't know her name. And
Nancy Guthrie?
yeah, that's her. And I told them I work in Tucson for GLS. I might have delivered a package to your house, but I never kidnapped anybody. They hold me from like 4 to right now.
Had you heard of Nancy Guthrie before tonight?
Never until today.
Never until today.
Yeah.
They have put out, the Pima County Sheriff's Department put out that they had detained a person of interest. And I guess that's you?
I guess so.
How do you feel about that? People are watching this all over. I mean,
I'm not happy, you know. Like, I mean, I'm glad they're doing their job, right? They're chasing the wrong person, and they should be chasing other leads. You know what I mean?
1 second.
They should be chasing other leads. You know what I mean?
I was just looking at the side of his eyes right there. There's a stark difference between Carlos and Luke, in my opinion. Like, Carlos doesn't seem at all nervous there. But like, so look, we got Carlos right here, right? He does not have thick eyelashes, that's for sure. To me, he's got like a small face as well. Carlos has a kind of a small face. And then you have, this is Derek Kaella. He was the one that contacted Annie and Tommaso. And then you have Luke Daly. But to me, none of these guys are the porch guy at all. Nanos is playing his games and won't allow her autopsy released as long as he can. Well, we don't even have Nancy yet, so you can't do an autopsy. A suspect who is not nervous could be a sociopath. Yeah, that's true. The reservation has some serious issues. If anyone there in chat, you know, they need to look there. I do believe that they I've said this a lot. There is a lot of issues on those reservations, and there is a lot of crime that happens there as well. And you know, this guy, you know, he could be, you know, Native American or something, but it seems like I've always said, there, it seems like they're going after you know, like Hispanic or Mexican names. LD may be involved, but not porch guy. Yeah. Derek's lips don't match. Luke's lips don't match. Not at all. Not at all. Luke's doesn't know. Now, yeah. But it's what I just don't understand is like, I you know, not that Carlos has to, but I wish he would have clarified more about like where he was that night. Which it's up for law enforcement to do that. Essentially, if they want to, you know, put this on him. But like, I just feel like, damn, like, wouldn't you know if you were in a neighborhood, you know, at 2:00 in the morning? Is GLS like DHL? Yeah. Just the most Native men have little facial hair. That could be true. Yeah, that could be true. And Carlos lives south. I recall this when there was. Yeah, but I think his family lives in Tucson. Too bad we couldn't have close-ups on all the suspects' eyes in the porch guy or girl. So help me understand, was Carlos on probation? No, because I thought he didn't have a criminal record, or I'm mixed up. Carlos really doesn't have a criminal record. He, when he was 20 years old, he got in a little bit of trouble, but he's not, I don't think he's a felon. Carlos seemed pretty sus in that clip and has the mustache. You think so? You think so, Candles? His dad does, and that is true. His father does. Yes.
Came out telling us that they had somebody gave a tip that the lady was in my house. I don't know her name. ¿Cómo se llama? That we don't know. We don't know her at all. I don't know who she is. I don't know anything about her. They only said that they gave a tip that she.
Now you can tell she's a nice lady. Like I like this woman. She seems genuine, a soft, motherly type of person.
Was in my house, and I told them, you can go in and search my house. There's nobody there. I have nothing to hide. There's nobody in my house, and I don't know what's going on. I mean,
Do you have any family members that might know?
No, they're investigating my son-in-law. He's not have nothing to do with that either. I don't know
What's
else.
his name?
It's Carlos Palazuelo. That have nothing to do with it either. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
They're just invading my property. I told them they're going in and out my house, taking a lot of pictures and everything. I mean, like I told them, we're not hiding anything. I give them permission. You can go and search.
So the mother-in-law is also suing. I think she's suing. I think all of it's like $3.5 million. Carlos is like $2 million. Hers is like 500,000.
There's nothing in my house. You won't find anything because we don't have nothing to hide.
Is this your son-in-law's vehicle?
The one that was on the side of the, that's my daughter's vehicle.
So what is your son's name?
My daughter.
Your daughter.
Yeah, that's
So do you live in? It's her husband. So it's your son-in-law.
Yeah,
who
my
they
son.
took away.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Carlos. And
Carlos.
Last name?
Palazuelos. Yeah. He has nothing to do with
Did
that
he
either.
ever say anything about Nancy Guthrie?
Nothing. We never. Like I told the FBI, the investigator, if I knew anything about her, I said I saw her on Facebook, but I didn't read what was going on with her because I don't know her and I don't have the right to. I mean, if I don't know anybody, I won't read the story. I just go over, keep on going on the phone because I don't know her.
So how did this all happen?
I don't know.
Were you home when this thing?
No, I was coming from Tucson when they had my son outside the house. They broke in the house.
So, Carmelita, I think Ellie probably checked vehicles in the area during the day too. My son-in-law delivers from Amazon. He's now a supervisor. I asked him, do you remember places you have delivered? What did he say? Does he remember the places he delivered? Luke and his mom seemed very sketchy. He does not remember the places he's delivered? Like he wouldn't know the neighborhood? LD and company should be the focus in my humble opinion. Nope. Really? See, I would think you would remember like the neighborhood you was in. But, you know, I don't deliver packages all day, so. Like, for me, like, I might not specifically remember the house, but I think I would remember the general area I was in. I don't know. Because they violate rights, they didn't have probable cause. That's what it's seeming. How did Zach know YouTube is at the front of his apartment when he lives somewhere overseas? Yeah. What's the guy's name again that got caught about Bitcoin? I imagine him with the mask. I feel he still could be. That's Derek Ella. And
without a warrant or nothing. They broke my door. They went inside my house. My son was playing on Nintendo. He had his headphones on. They got him and put him in their cup and took him outside. And then they asked him what's going on. They didn't say anything. Do you have a search warrant? They said they didn't have any search warrant by then. And they still asking, do you still have a search warrant? And they don't give me an answer.
Does your son-in-law ever go to Tucson?
He works in Tucson.
What does he do?
He's a delivery guy. He does FedEx or something like that.
Okay.
That's what he works on.
And so you're not allowed to go home right now?
No, they wanted us in. They keep on going in and out of my house, taking pictures. And I don't know why. I mean,
your son was the one that was detained.
Yeah, he was detained for. They showed me a video to see if it was him. To see if he. Yeah, he's my son-in-law.
one thing, yeah, Brandy, why would it bother Zach if people is in the front of, well, especially if he hasn't lived there in 7 or 8 years, right? Thank you, Sama. Thank you so much for the alert. Appreciate you, babe. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate you, my love. Good to see you. This was a week or so later, correct? This was the 10th. This was the 10th. So 9 days later. He has ADHD, and that could be why. He's been a supervisor for 3 years. Another reason he might not remember. That's true. Thank you. Thank you so much, Deborah. Appreciate you. Instead of February 2026, Patel and the FBI released recovered back-end video and images of an unidentified armed individual linked to the abduction of Nancy Guthrie. Correct. She changed her story, go in, I have nothing to hide, and then she questions the search warrant. Yeah. Please show the warrant to the homeowner. They're supposed to. The lady whose house Carlos led them to said Carlos stayed at his dad's house in Tucson because he was working in Tucson. Yeah, he supposedly comes here on the weekends, I guess. Thank you, Norma. Thank you so much for the uncle babe. Appreciate you very, very much. Very kind of you, my friend. Appreciate that. Good to see you, Miss Norma. And the sheriff and the FBI called him. Then he said, Brandy, I think he said he called them. Then he said he called. Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. Strange in my opinion. I do think out of all the people, Zach looks the most like Porch Guy. But I want him to come back to the United States. Thank you again, Norma, for the Weeby Jamin. Thank you so much, love. Appreciate you. Carlos, the delivery driver from Rio Rico, Arizona, dubbed the Porch Guy suspect, was released without charges on February. Yes. He's suing them. And listen, if he's not a suspect, clear the guy. You cleared the family, right, Nanos? Maybe Carlos delivered there, but he didn't know Nancy's specific neighborhood. Maybe. She said she was not home when the police got there. No. Never. Thank you, Carmelita, for the unk. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much for the unk, babies. Appreciate you very much. First time I heard that. Thank you for telling us. Law enforcement. Oops, where'd my camera go? Law enforcement went to the place where he worked, and he said it was about the Range Rover. Nana Rocks, thank you for the flower. Appreciate you. ADHD doesn't mean slow-minded. No, not necessarily. I'm working on something right now with Zach. You guys got to bear with me. It takes a minute for packages to get delivered there for fucking ever. Butterflies, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the clutch, darling. Oh my goodness, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Horsey. Appreciate you, love. Thank you for the tulips. They smell beautiful. Thank you so much, love. Agreed, Justin. Or are they investigating the family and keeping the public's attention over on Carlos or Luke? I don't know, but I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to, the innocent people. You know what I mean? PG forgot something for the camera. What do you mean PG? PG. Thank you, Don. Thank you for the floating heart. Much love. Thank you, Lovey. I know it's probably went through Pima County, but it was a federal warrant. Sorry, I'm way behind. Even Nanos has said proudly it was a federal warrant. Not the one for Carlos. I don't think the one for Carlos was a federal warrant. Yes, Kels. But the one for Luke was federal. There's a reason his mind went straight to Nancy when he was getting pulled over, just saying in my opinion. With Luke, it's very weird, right? Hey, Tennessee Nana, good to see you, love. I sent a Stay Hydrated sticker earlier. It said it went through on my end, but not yours. Let me look, Plant Lady. No, it doesn't show me anything, baby. It'll probably... I've had, like, my phone get stuck with super chats when I super chat people or send things. And, like, it'll take it out of my account, but then it'll, like, a couple days later, it'll put it back in generally. Sometimes it doesn't click. I don't know. It's like your phone gets stuck or something. I don't know, but the FBI... Thank you, Plant Lady. Good to see you, babe. I don't know, but the FBI, whoever else did doing their job, I don't think they will win, only out for money. I'm sorry for feeling this way. I don't know, but the FBI, whoever else did doing their job, I don't think that they will win, only out for money. I'm sorry for feeling this way. You mean like you don't think Carlos and them will win? I mean, here's the thing. If the probable cause was not met, like genuine probable cause, like if you just say his eyes are the same shape and you got this search warrant and like he wasn't in the area that night, his vehicle wasn't in the area that night or whatever, like they'll probably end up settling, right? But Carlos just delivering in the neighborhood wouldn't be probable cause, right? No, it wouldn't. I don't think it would. I think that would be a very low standard. I think that would be a very low standard for you to just say, oh, this guy's delivering packages at 2 a.m. Well, was he walking around Nancy's yard for 45 minutes? Come on, right? Oh my God, Robin. Headliner, 1,500 joules. I've never got that many joules before. Thank you so much, Miss Robin. Appreciate you. That's so sweet. Very kind of you, dear. Thank you. 1,500 joules. Headliner. My name's in lights. Thank you, love. Appreciate you. So sweet. I agree. I don't think they'll win either because leadership sticks together, in my opinion. Well, I don't know if I showed you guys, but Pima County got sued. I mean, it's different. They got sued a couple years ago because there was somebody swatting this person's home, and this person called and he's like, these people are swatting their home. Pima County said there's nothing to worry about, and he said, you know, okay. Well, a few hours later, maybe the next day, Pima County comes there, GUN's ablazing, and this guy walks out. He thinks this SWAT, he doesn't think it's police. He thinks it's someone else because Pima County said they wasn't going to show up. And he came out with his pew-pew, and Pima County him, and he lived, but he's paralyzed for life now. And he won with that. Shauna, thank you so much for the hiding jewel, dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Good to see, my love. So what made a federal judge sign the search warrant? Good question. And that's precisely what Luke and Carlos and them want to know. The actual owner? What do you mean the actual owner? The of the property. Yeah, the Pima County went in there with GUNs, and this guy, Pima County said they weren't going to come. They realized, you know, if there was any calls or anything, they would contact before, and he thought, well, this isn't going to be Pima County. And he went out there with his GUN, going to protect his home. It's bad. Just heard about finding human remains, Justin. Justin, you are looking good. Loosen weight? I don't know. I'm trying. I can't get on the other channel. So how's little Pearl? She's good. Thank you so much. So there's a little bit of mixed information when it comes to the human remains. Some people are saying that was old, and some people are saying that it's new. So I'm not really sure. Was a federal judge or a local judge? Carlos's case, from what I understand, it was local. Luke's case, it was the FBI, a magistrate or a judge, and also, from what I understand with Luke, it was the Attorney General as well. The FBI search, right? Yes, they did. Yeah. They see dollars. I mean, yeah, but this is the thing, and listen, like, can you imagine? I mean, this case has, Fox News, ET, like all of them talking. Every news outlet in the world, from the India Times to KOLD, YouTubers, TikTokers, Facebookers, all of us. And of course, we're going to talk about Carlos, right? Because the police went there with a search warrant. And people have said all kinds of things about him. All kinds of things. And, they're willing to clear the family, but not willing to clear him. And I think that's, God only knows the calls and the emails he's had to get. And probably the threats as well. I could not deliver packages. I'm too nosy. I would have to know what people had in those boxes. I really want to know what probable cause they had. We all do. But that's precisely what the attorneys are asking. Remember in Kohlberger's case, how much probable cause was used, and that warrant. I don't mean what you mean by warrant part, though. Well, now, Linda, people are saying that a lot of people are saying that the FBI is the head of this case. I don't know. Okay, let's get to the next thing here. Bear with me as I find it. Give me 1 second. Need to find what I'm looking for. I still can't get over what Kathy Lee Gifford said last night. It still has me so curious. If you guys are watching me last night, Kathy Lee Gifford was on a podcast, and she was talking. She said, I have something to the effect of, I have my personal reasons, and what I think, and I hope it's not true. Something like that. I want to go to this. By the way, the Sharp Exchange just did a video, an interview. Who did he do an interview with? I was looking at it earlier. I can't remember. Police were watching Brian K. cleaning his car, in his parents' driveway. I cannot. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry if any of you guys think that Kohberger is innocent. I just do not understand you guys. There are people out there that think Brian Kohberger is innocent. And I'm like, what world do you live in? The man said he was guilty. This man studied crime. He's a lunatic. And you were, stargazing the night these 4 individuals, bless their souls, were unalived. I know I can't get that out of my head. I can't get it out. Yes. Yeah. But there are people saying now, it could be just a creator. So I've just had people come in here and say that. And so Kohberger wants a trial now. Yeah, I was so I like doing true crime whenever we don't know who someone is. I like putting the pieces together to find more information. That's what I really like to do. Once law enforcement has that person, I'm not really as interested. I'm kind of like, let law enforcement do it then. I like to gather the information, and I like the mystery of it all. And that's what I really like. So when we didn't know who Brian Kohberger was, that's when I was on my J for A channel. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was thinking Nancy's perp studied true crime cases, and especially Kohberger, on how not to leave digital evidence or DNA evidence. I don't think this guy is that intelligent, to be quite honest with you. I think he's just probably average intelligence. If you're interested about Kayla Day trying to smuggle rugs into prison. Really? You know what I should do? I should FOIA her phone calls and stuff. I need to see how the state of Arizona is on FOIAs. But I could FOIA all of her phone calls, all of her disciplinary, all of that. That case was so brutal, like a horror movie. Yeah. Brian Kohberger creeps me out. Really? Yeah, BK's a monster. And that's exactly what I think. I think this guy, this Porch guy, is very lucky that he's got he's got Sheriff Doofy, who has a chip on his shoulder from the FBI. I think that he is lucky that he's got the homicide detective that's never solved a homicide. And I think, with the fixed wing aircrafts and stuff, that they didn't search until sunset that day. Justin, that's the same as looking into someone's packages. FOIA. Yeah. Oh, well. Oh, well. Okay. Oh, wait, damn.
That evening when this event was actually the afternoon of the first one we first learned of it.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on a second. I wanted to show y'all this. Did y'all see this? We'll come right back to that. JLR put this out Very strange things happening in Nancy Guthrie neighborhood. A contractor is back removing and placing no parking signs. Guy placing them tells me a private person ordered them, not Pima County. What do you mean, horsey? I couldn't look at Brian's pics. His eyes creep me out to the max. He's a fucking creep, Brian Koberger. I cannot imagine Kaylee and them seeing him the way he was dressed and saying, I'm here to help you. Mother. When I talked to KYG, they said they don't report any news unless it comes from Sheriff's Department. Yeah. I can see that. I wonder who's paying for these no parking signs. I'll do it, Blue Angels, of course. If no Nance had to get the warrant, I hope he gets caught. I wouldn't put anything past them. 1 second here. Let me find this part. Yes. Okay. Brian Cooper gives you the willies. Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. Sue Ellen paying for this shit. Is that who's doing it? You can put those signs on private property. Yes. Justin, you need to do my makeup. I'll do your makeup, babe. I do a lot of spray tans and makeup for some brides a lot of times. Stream Mary G. Jews has their case dropped in court. Second day, Juanita started digging into the parking signs. Whether they were done by ordinance in the street, said they were not contacted. Luke was in the driver's seat. Well, Ratui, was you here last night when I was talking about the road right beside Nancy's home? I feel like this person might have pulled right between there. I mean, if this person was alone, he had to pull close. But I don't know. It makes me think that he had to have some help. Police take it to the DA, who takes it to the judge. Correct.
DNA doesn't usually take this long. So I asked him if it was because it was familial genealogy, and he had said that they are looking at both standard DNA and familial genealogy.
I am so glad Wyatt from the Sharp Exchange asked him this, because I've been bitching forever that it does not take this long for DNA, even from Sheriff Nanos' labs that he has contracted out. So it makes me wonder, they don't have shit, or they have something, one or the other. Now, familiar DNA takes a hell of a lot longer, because that is literally someone sitting at a computer doing this. Love you, Linda. Maybe Savannah paid for them. It would not surprise me. My heart really breaks for Savannah, but I will say she's not been very nice to a lot of us independent people. Why was Luke's federal? Does he get a kickback from the labs? Probably. Those two Luke Daly, they even, hold on, what? Goatee before those two Luke Daly, they even cut their goatee before the interview. Oh, reservation close to Tucson, yeah. Probably. It's kind of weird.
He had said that labs across the country are kind of working with one another. But one thing that he said that I thought was a little bit odd, and I think it was his effort to kind of use it as a scapegoat to not necessarily have to answer some of the questions on DNA that I had, was he kept on referring back to how he's not an expert on DNA, how, if I want to get more information on that, I should talk to the DNA people in his office who are kind of managing that. So he didn't go as far as I would have liked, but the fact that he confirmed the familial side, I thought was quite interesting.
I have about 30 seconds. Does he believe the kidnappers are still in the area?
I asked him that, and his response was, quote, absolutely, could be, sure. So not ruling it out, which I think is a little bit concerning, again, as we're approaching the 6-month mark, that they can't even say whether.
And you know what? That's a good point, Linda, right? Why don't they, like I've said, why? I've been asking this for a long time. Why will they not, the FBI not even put out a profile on this person? And at the very minimum, could they say a race that porch guy is, right? Could you say we're looking for, an Italian, a Jordanian, a Mexican, a Caucasian? DNA people in his office. Is that what he said?
But the fact that he confirmed the familial side, I thought was quite interesting.
I have about 30 seconds. Does he believe the kidnappers are still in the area?
I asked him that, and his response was, quote, absolutely, could be, sure. So not ruling it out, which I think is a little bit concerning, again, as we're approaching the 6-month mark, that they can't even say whether they're still in Tucson or not.
And he also try to probably careful about what he reveals.
Of course, yeah.
Great interview. Really great interview. Great work.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Of course, happy to.
Yeah, Blake, I think the timing is interesting. Look, we already knew most of the contents of these notes, but it's interesting that the sheriff's office is releasing them officially now. There's also been questions within the FBI of whether or not they were taking the notes seriously. Remember, Reuters had that report that they thought the notes were fake.
To me, Luke was just odd in every aspect. He was just odd in every single aspect. The way he spoke, the way he seemed extraordinarily nervous, just what he said. Well, I thought this is about the Nancy Guthrie case. I would have never thought it would have been about the Nancy Guthrie case if the sheriffs pulled me over. Again, not the FBI. Sheriff pulled him over. I found out that William used to live near the gem mines when he was growing up. Really? I didn't like the fact that he was being interviewed right beside his mother either. I just done watching the Cobra. Ugh, so bad. Thank you, Debbie, for the unk alert, babe. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Very sweet of you, love. Good to see you. Yes, and I noticed Luke's breathing was constricted. Yes. When he spoke during the interview, like he was not taking deep breaths at all. He was very, very shallow breathing. Very, very shallow breathing. I think they might know who Porch Guy is, but they're trying to find a way to link him to the mastermind, in my opinion, maybe. I think you could be right on that, Carmelina. Alabama, thank you, love. Let's crush the goal, y'all. Love you. Oh, thank you, Alabama. Appreciate you, babe. Very sweet. Thank you, love. Good to see you, babes. Thank you. I've actually been watching a lot of Kohlberger lately. You know, do you guys hope that he gets another trial? I don't know. Like, I want, should the taxpayers pay for a trial after he's already admitted guilt? I mean, yeah, we wanted to see the evidence and stuff like that, but he's, in my opinion, guilty as fucking sin. And I think it's a very, very unlikely that he will get one. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's going to, for me, if he gets another, trial, he's going to get the death penalty. So be careful what you wish for. I really don't want him to have another trial unless guaranteed. Exactly. Yeah. The squad. What he did to those 4 is unspeakable. I think many parents wants a trial. Yeah, I mean, and I think the victims' families are kind of divided on that. Some of them just wanted to go away, him to go away. But that's the thing, like, there's still people out here that thinks that the man is innocent. I mean, it's like the even just a little bit that we know of him virtually stalking this home, didn't have an alibi, was stargazing that night, as he said, obsessed seemingly with some of the victims, him fleeing to Pennsylvania, him in his underwear at his mom's kitchen table when they are getting ready to arrest him, throwing his trash, little pieces of trash in little Ziploc bags in his neighbor's trash, him cleaning out the car, the knife being bought from Amazon with a gift card. I mean, it's nuts. Ted Bundy did the same. Yeah. I don't think, I've talked about this a lot on my channel, I don't think that there should be, I don't think we should glorify these unalivers at all. I don't know why anyone, and listen, one of my girlfriends was one, like, she would buy like the serial unaliver, like, stickers and shirts and all of that stuff. And I was just like, do you realize how much pain these people caused? You know, I think it's something, I don't think people really think deeply about it. You know, when it comes to like the merch and all this stuff, but these people caused a lot of pain to victims' families. He was also wearing latex gloves, and he was putting the trash out. Yeah, he's a monster. He's a freakazoid. I still don't understand why he was so against the FBI helping at the beginning. Oh, well, I can tell you, when it comes to Sheriff Doofy here, he was, they investigated him several times, and he did not like that. This was way before Nancy Guthrie. They investigated him several times, and he did not like that. And I'm telling you, when it came to the funding and all that stuff, with the one police officer dying in his neighbor's yard, and Sheriff Doofy, he wouldn't allow anybody in the guy's bedroom. There was like, it was just like, wrap it up. I did a couple lives on that. He's sick. He is copying Bundy. He changed his plea. Motion was filed on a Bundy timeline. Disgusting.
We've been reporting that for the most part, the FBI thinks the notes are real. I think this backs up that they are taking them seriously and believe that they could very well be legitimate, or they wouldn't be releasing them like this. The tone of the two notes is so different, Blake. The first one just horrific and basically threatening to kill Nancy. And then the second one, just it almost seems like it was written by a different person. Essentially, it's an apology. And a few new things we learned today, Blake, quickly, that from the sheriff's office, they're confirming the video that we've seen from the front Ring doorbell camera. We reported this early on. They're now confirming that the video is from different nights, that the person was out there likely scoping out the place ahead of the abduction. And they're also now asking people to come forward who may know someone who was talking strangely about Nancy Guthrie, who's now avoiding the neighborhood, who has unexplained injuries like cuts or bruises, a change in physical appearance, who was cleaning their vehicle in a strange way.
All sounds like Koberger right there, doesn't it? Somebody's got to know this mofo. Somebody has to know him. I mean, come on. If this was your brother, you would know him. Right? You would know him. Let's be real. All right. Kayla Day, who is the ex of Luke Taylor, even though he wanted to separate himself a lot from her, got this. And this, in my opinion, Kayla is the one that tipped off to Luke. BK is guilty as all get out, and I thought that since they first arrested him from all of the other released, yeah, this person. Well, that's a good question. Do you guys think that Porch Guy has done this before? Do you think he's done this before? I don't think in my opinion, I'll tell you after you guys say it. I don't want you guys to say, just because I think something, I don't want you guys to necessarily think that. Muck, stalls, deal with horses, trash. I think the Porch Guy could be part of cartel. I know you do, Ratui. I really don't, but some people do. I don't think he's ever done this before. I just don't feel like he's ever done this before. But so most of you think not. Yeah. He does not seem very experienced, in my opinion. Not this crime, but has done other crimes. 1,000%. I do agree with that. Yeah. No way he was too sloppy. Yeah. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry about that. No way he was sloppy. Yeah. He certainly wasn't in a hurry. This is a disciplinary record on Kayla Day. At 3:25 at approximately 1300 hours, I was advised Officer Potts was currently on a welfare check, and the sole occupant of a vehicle was found in the possession of a large quantity of illegal rugs. Per Officer Potts, the driver, Kayla Day, is from Sarita. Sorry if I messed that up. And was in town to visit an inmate at CAFCC. The inmate was identified as William Hubbe. Is that how you pronounce it? Hubbe? Sergeant affiliation. Oh my God. He was a white supreme. You know what I'm talking about. What the hell? Okay. Per CAFCC, Kayla Day had a in-person visit with Hubi on 3/18/2025 at 8:37 a.m. CAFCC has 7 pages of video visits since 2/13/25, 4 pages of text messages, and 3 video messages. CAFCC is currently investigating whether Kayla Day was attempting to promote prison contraband by bringing the illegal rugs found in her possession into the prison facility through visitation. 4/2/2025, I was in contact with CAFCC investigators. Per CAFCC investigators, after recorded phone calls were received, there is no indication William was attempting to have Kayla Day smuggle the rugs into the facility for him. Per CAFCC investigators, William Hubi is upset with Kayla's rug usage. I spoke with a detective at the Sherrod Police Department. Kayla Day was arrested in Pima County on 3/19/2025 during a welfare check and found in possession of a large quantity of illegal rugs, specifically hair in. Case status closed by arrest. Listen, there's some type of smuggling going on here. There's something going on. Stargazing, driving in a circle. Yes. Night Farm Girl. Words it's flagged by YouTube. We have dressed up words. Yeah. I used to think you guys, we actually talking about rug smuggling and didn't know a letter was missing. Oh. I used to think you were talking about drugs for real. No, not that. Not that at all. I think the porch guy made too many missteps to be experienced. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Let me pull this up real quick. If I can get it. It's under video, I'm pretty sure. This guy, in no way was he he's just like almost a sloth. You know what I mean? He's just like moving. Like, if I was this guy, I would be like a freaking mosquito. I would be going everywhere quickly. Not this guy. I mean, I understand he's probably going to be quiet here or whatever. But you think you'd see a little more energy. Isn't he? I mean, look, he's just like. His build is something else. Those lips. Look at those fucking lips. Let me make this big. Look at those lips, guys. Big lips. Big lips. See those lips right there? Those are big lips in the corner here. Big lips. Look at those lips. Big lips. That ain't Luke Daly. His hands are big. His hands do look rather big. Old school, but all my serial and library's writer was Anne Rule. Oh. His hands are big. I've seen this a million times and I can watch it a million more. Because I'm like, is there something we're missing? Is there something we're missing? Are we missing something? I've done it literally frame by frame. He's got a big butt. Maybe he just got more clothes on. You know, I think he's got layers on. Because it kind of reminds me of like in like where I'm of the winter, like I'll put like either long johns on, or I'll put some sweats on underneath like pants like this, you know, and it makes you look even thicker. But like here, like where I've got it, like you can see like his calves and his legs, the outline of it. Who is this mofo? There's a shoe. How he turns his. See, he's thick in his badonkadonk. You think he's inexperienced too? Very stiff walking. He's kind of bow-legged. He is kind of bow-legged. You know what? Let me look at something. Let me see if I got something here. 1 second. Do I've got this photo of him? Let me see something. Do I got the photo of him with without the pew pew? Let me see here. Nancy Guthrie, Arizona, porch guy without backpack. What's that? 1 second. See, we only have this one photo of porch guy without the backpack. 1 second. Let me see if I can overlay this. One second here. A lot of people say like the plant has grown. Let me remove this. Oops, I still didn't remove it. 1 second. Delete. A lot of people say the plant grown. But you still think so, Kelly? But look at those lips, man. Look at this lip. Let me show you. He looks so evil right there with his eyes, and like you can see he's got the thing in his mouth right there. But look at this. Look at those lips. Let me see if I can pop up one of Luke here. Let me find this. Is it? And then we'll go to this right here. Luke Daily. Luke changes his looks though. He really does. It's so weird. Like he really changes his looks. I call Luke's lips Reba McEntire lips. Now what's her name? She thinks it looks like this behind the mask, but I'm not so sure about that. Check this out. See this guy's lips in the picture? Now look at Luke. If you're on the mobile, you can't see this, but if you're on the vertical, you can see Luke's lips, and then look at this guy's lips. Big difference. And to me, Luke is just heavier. Luke has no upper lip. I also think it's Luke in my opinion, but I could be wrong. I've also been... See, I think when it comes to Luke, I think he could be involved. He could have loaned his car. He could have been a driver. Something like that. The door opening would knock the wreath off. And he knew that. Look behind Doug in distance. You see 3-wheel ATV. Another one is a street bike behind the short cacti. A lot of people say that they see a vehicle back there and stuff. I don't see it, though. I don't see it. I definitely don't think it's... I wish this was color night vision. I wish this camera was a newer one. Hold on, let me see something. Right, like he's not... See how he's got his leg turned right there? And he's looking back. He's not thin. He's average build. Little thick, maybe. Yeah, you can send me pictures. It's Sue Drustin. I think he's involved somehow, in my opinion. I wish we knew who he hung out with. He has no lip. Luke is broader. Luke is much more... At least he was when he did this interview. To me, he's dressed really weird as well. But, right, if you see the flower close up, they're light purple. I have white and light purple and fuchsia with mixed yellow. Same with delivery driver. He could be a scout for possible locations to hit and or getaway driver. So you remember me talking about that road right beside Nancy's? When he's looking this way, you know, a lot of people thinks like he's looking at someone or something. It makes me wonder, is his car over there? It's just speculation. I want to make that clear. Let me show you. So there is a road. Google Earth doesn't show it very well, but I had a picture of it when it was cleared out a lot more. There's a road like right behind the house, or right beside of the house. And the FBI, when you come out on this porch and go to the right, they were very interested to the right side of the house. And that kind of goes toward Nancy's bedroom, or toward her patio. So we know definitely who was driving the Uber. Yes. Oh, it wasn't the Uber driver. Yeah. Yeah, we know the Uber driver. It was on camera. All of that. That's the crossover walk. So they call it the... What do they call it? The... I keep wanting to say like the bus thing or whatever, but it's grown up now or whatever. He could have walked her to a location. There has to be a vehicle sometime. Right. But to me, like, again, if he's here alone, where did he park? And again, he's not parked right here, right now, right? But just past this bush right here, there's like a little road that goes out. Like, it's not really a road, it's kind of like a little trail, a utility road. That's it. That's what I was looking for. And when he's turning like this, it makes me wonder, like, is he looking at his vehicle? Is he, is this why he has this, CB, what are they called? Walkie-talkies, whatever they are, walkie-talkies. Is he talking to the person in the vehicle saying, I'm going in, you know, I'll tell you when to pull up, or if I need you? It's called Sun Tram in Pima County. I don't know what that is. With all of the blood evidence, Nancy would not have walked, I think. I mean, she really didn't lose that much blood from right there. A human, I'm just telling you, I've worked in funeral homes, guys, and there's a lot of, she didn't lose that much blood. She lose a little bit. I mean, she's on blood thinner and stuff. Sarah, thank you for the goat trophy. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. I'm the goat and didn't know it. Thank you very much, dear. Very sweet. Appreciate you, Miss Sarah. Good to see you, my love. Thank you for hanging out with us late. Nancy can walk, so it's not like he had to carry her. The blood isn't enough evidence to say she's unalive. Yeah. Yes, it's not enough to say that life could no longer sustain, right? Or even being aspirin regimen. Yeah. Was there video before or after the bite light video? Was this video before or after? This we don't. I don't know. You know, there's two videos. One's he's going to get the plants here. So after he gets the plants, he's going to cover it up. So this has to be before. You lose a ton when you bleed out. That doesn't show much. My nose loses more when I'm upset. Yeah, it's not really a lot of blood. It just depends on how you know, for instance, if she was, let's say she was wrapped up in something. I don't know, when they set her down, you know, let's say she's wrapped up in a sheet or something like that, and they set her down, but I don't know. I bet the FBI can get someone's eyes and zoom in and check their pupils. Yes. So this is the thing. FBI has a lot of capabilities, but even the FBI, when a video is not good, we think that they can just go in and make something perfect. It is impossible. You are working with what you got, because once you start working with the pixels, you can't really add and subtract that much more without it really distorting it. So yeah, they can make some things better, but it really is just like if it's blurry, you can only do so much. Joan Marie, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate the flower. Thank you so much, my dear. I was working on a case several years ago. It was a whole debacle, but people thought I unblurred something. You can't unblur anything at all. You can never you know, if something is pixelated, you cannot unblur nothing. My brother's in the funeral business in Tennessee. Oh, nice. It was said she was wrapped in a sheet, tarp, and wheeled out on a hand cart, and that was on the side of the house taken. So there was a hand cart on the, like a dolly, we call it a dolly, on the end of the house. But we still don't really know, if she was wrapped up, if there was a sheet missing or whatever. Yeah, it is an agave plant. And let me see. Let me pull this up and see if we can compare it. Let me take a screenshot of this. What, let me? Okay. Take a screenshot of this. Some people say the agave grows. You can tell like it's a different size. Some people don't believe that this person is, they think it's not the 11th or whatever, when he doesn't have, I don't know. Let's see here. One thing you can tell for sure is that the camera is certainly at a different angle, right? Here's the night with him with the getting the plants and stuff like this. And then this was allegedly on the 11th. On the 11th, right? And you can tell, particularly like these, like this leaf and stuff is not at the same angle, for sure. I wish we could see more down here if the rocks were different and stuff. Right there. Claudia, we make a list of the things we know. Well, I mean, can we see the nose again, Justin? The nose. Oh, like at the face? Like with the lips and stuff? Or what I showed the other day? Are you talking about what I showed the other day? Why was he leaning down, left looking before he walked out down the plane? I think he was looking for something to cover up something on the porch. You know what I mean? I don't think it's an ATV light, in my opinion. Can't imagine walking up to someone in my house. Oh my God, I know. I don't think she was brought back home. Oh, I do. I think that, I mean, actually, well, Pima County confirmed that the other day. Are you talking about these pictures? Again, none of these are AI at all. These are actual pictures that I just have filters on them to enhance the color. The one on the right is zoomed in. Plants look the same size, but yeah. I just thought about how Nancy was has a sliding glass door in her bedroom. I wonder why they didn't take her out that way. Well, she's got kind of like walls on her patio that would be hard to get across. When he comes up with Plant, he looks at Kayla in car. I don't think Kayla was there that night, in my opinion. She could have been, though. Kimchi, thank you so much for the flower. Appreciate you very, very much, dear. And this is half of his face. And again, you can see that lip. Top lip and the bottom lip. And then right here, lip again, Evil mofo. I can't wait till we catch this SOB. Yeah, he will have to carry her over the retaining wall. Yeah. Yeah. His nose looks smushed down. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, when I see him like this, though, like when I see him like this, he looks different to me. And yeah, the darker it is, the bigger your pupils get, right? Yeah. It's really hard to get a body. I'm telling you, it's really hard. This is not AI. This is not AI at all. This is just lightened up with filters. None of these are AI. Some people say his hands are big. I think they're. I think he's got kind of like chubby hands, if you will. But here, the gloves almost look loose on him. No, you don't see him put the light in his mouth. I think it's just in his mouth already. And he kind of pushes it through his lips when he wants to see it. I always talk about this. I was the first one to mention this. He's got like it. And again, the thing with night vision, though, it can be very distorting, but it looks like he's got where his lip and his goatee, like I said, he almost looks like he's got almost kind of like a hair lip. I call it a hair lip. The video is AI? No, the video is not AI. But you can see like his nose right here. You can see that tip of the nose. It goes like this and then it goes down and then over. Yeah, it is smushed, but I think he's got a kind of a, this part is bigger. And to me, that's, you know what I mean? Like he's, I think he's got a pretty distinctive nose. I don't think it's like huge or anything, but I think it goes down here more and his nostrils go out. Does that bite like come out of mouth and cover the lips? I think he does it. I think it's just in his mouth when he shows up and then he goes, you know, he puts it through the, like this when he's holding it like this. The gate used to squeak. Kayla also had written on her forehead, does he feel confident to you? He doesn't feel confident to me. He does to me, even though with the issues with the camera, he doesn't seem very confident to me. He has a crook on his nose, mole over right eyebrow. He has facial dermal piercing on his right cheek. He then altered his look for the interview. You talking about Luke? Yeah, Luke has a dermal right there. Right there. Looks like he had something in his hand maybe when he... The case better gets off soon, driving me insane. You and me both, sister. You and me both. See his eyes. See, that's the light. Right there. Again, this is the glow, but this is around his lips, and he's got them right there. And then this dark patch right here is facial hair. Still not sure that's the one I was looking for, though. I got so many of these. It's crazy. 1 second here. 45. 1 of 3, 1 of 10. Give me a second, guys. I've got... Where'd it go? Presentation. Here we go. Maybe this is it. He's a creepo for sure. But when you look at this blood right here, let me show you this. My friend was bleeding on her arm, and she takes blood thinners, and she just dinged her arm, and this is what it looked like with hers. Now, in Nancy's case, there's more blood right here, which means she had to be paused for a minute to be bleeding like that. Whoops. Thank you, Heat. Appreciate you. Thank you for the silver stars, my dear. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much, love. There had to be saliva on the front doormat from holding that white light like that. I don't know. I don't know, but you know what's interesting to me is if he ever used that bite light before and he picked it up with his glove, there might be old, DNA when he picked it up and put it in his mouth. And then he touches things as well. His teeth are smallish with tiny gap. Yes, I have side by side of both Luke and Doug. There's some people say he's got kind of like buck teeth in the middle here, and I've seen pictures like that, and Mr. Z has a gap between his teeth like that. Thank you again, Heated. Appreciate you, love. Thank you so much. They backed her out of the door, and look on the mat, chipped brick. I don't think there's any chipped brick. Thank you again, Heath. Appreciate you. There's some photos that I've seen where you can almost see his teeth. I'm just trying to find them, but I do know. Let me see here. Where is it? Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to find it on my computer. This might be it. That's Zach. Let's see right here. Again, I don't know if this is a double chin or not, or if it's just the fabric pushing up from there, but the only skin you see on this man is around his mouth and around his eyes. That's it. That's Zach. Again, look at Luke in all of his pictures. He has top lip. He has virtually none. Virtually none. Yeah, the same question, Clad Queen. What did Clad say? Z looks the most like the person, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. I don't know what Clad said, but lips do not match Luke's, not at all. When he bends down to grab flowers, you see bare wrist. You can see, like, to me, he almost looks like he's looking sideways right here. Like his pupil's there. And his pupil's there, but these are just different filters. To me, he kind of looks like, I will say with this photo, he kind of looks like Luke, like in this area with the eyes and the eyebrows. But look at those lips. To me, this looks like Z right here. You can see the tip of the nose right there. These are all the filters. I was trying to find the one with where you could see like almost his like teeth. Yeah. Some people say he looks like he's almost got glasses on, but I think that's the end of the, what's it called? The pic you showed right there with the white lights on right side is someone else in black. I don't see anybody else. Maybe the lips do look like a man they were dealing with. We are dealing with two people here. Maybe. See, his ears are right there. Right? You can see the shape of his head. He's a weirdo. That's where you can see his lips really good. Well, half of them, because it's cut off, but the bottom lip and the top lip. It's like the side of his eye right there. You know, this could be like a crease as well. But to me, he looks so different here at a side profile. He looks so different. But damn, like you are going to know this man. The guy had to leave some DNA somewhere, you would think. Right there. He's a weird one. He's definitely a weird one, to say the least. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It's almost 2 a.m. here. Suffer tomorrow. Someone has to know him. They like, and this is the thing. Either, and I think this guy comes from a very small group of maybe family, or he's an immigrant and doesn't have anyone here. And if he's immigrated here, he probably hangs around a lot of his people, right? His community. And I think those people are probably not willing to speak up, to rat him out. Looks like a police sketch artist could get him pretty good. Well, we have sketch artists who, done that. Yeah, I think if it's just moving. That's when they got me the other day, when it was moving. So, 10:46 p.m. here in BC. Ooh. It's almost 2 a.m. here. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out late with me. I appreciate you. You guys are absolutely amazing. Lord willing, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to try to do 2 live streams tomorrow. No promises, but I'm going to try to do 2 live streams tomorrow. We may be doing a members only on Summer Wells tomorrow. And then we might be doing Nancy Guthrie as well. And there's another case I'm researching right now. It almost looks like a turtleneck. If you know, you know. I've got pictures of me in 2nd grade. I rocked the turtlenecks. Let me tell you something. Nobody could rock a turtleneck like I could in 2nd grade. I'm just telling you. If you know, you know. Okay. They were a big thing in the 90s. Can't help it. Now remember, this was late January, so it was colder. Well, cold for, what's cold in Tucson? 70? But yeah, I take your point. I hope, I really want my phone to just start blasting one day that, they caught this person for Nancy and they've arrested Don and Candace and all the other cases we've covered. Thank you, Dreamcatcher. Thank you, guys. Good night, Auntie Shell. Carmelita. Mega, Cindy, Clad. Thank you all. Appreciate you guys. Get some rest, everyone. And guys, make sure you're subbed up to my Kick. I'm going to be doing some lives over there, probably with Pearl, pretty soon as well. The Kidnapping Sheriff is a great match for the features of the case. Oh, I don't think the sheriff has anything to do with it. I think he's the lack of, in my opinion, when it comes to Sheriff Doofy. He's just fucking lazy and he's got a chip on his shoulder. I am, but I'm ending it right now. Is the Kick through Google? No, it's not. Kick is another app. It's kind of like Google, but yeah, just look for Clutch Them Pearls. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. Get some rest, everyone. You only get so many trips around the sun. Hug your love.